Creativity Unleashed. How do you design a book cover for a book about unleashing creativity? I wrestled with this question and I thought, well, it should be different. It should be different from the way most book covers are designed. And well, I guess let me ask you the question. And before you finish watching, I challenge you to come up with a couple answers to the question. How would you design a book cover for a book about unleashing creativity? How would you go about it? What are a couple ways you might go about it? You see, all of our life gives us chance after chance after chance to practice unleashing creativity. And one of the things we found in the research for this book is that most of us have spent too much of our lives practicing the opposite. George Land, one of the people who kind of is a pioneer in how to unleash creativity, he said that non-creative behavior is learned. We've done action after action after action that teaches us how not to be creative or how to be less creative than our potential. So how do you design a book cover for a book about unleashing creativity? Well, I came up with a lot of different ways, but the way we approach this is this. It comes from part of the research of the book and part of the book itself. Part of the book is this idea that the quality of our lives hinges on the quality of the questions we pursue. The quality of our lives hinges on the quality of the questions we pursue. We pursue a lot of yesterday questions and mediocre questions and uninspired questions and survival questions. We pursue a lot of small questions. We spend a lot of time pursuing questions that they don't have much of an impact or they're not that important. And in the research, we found that the most creative people, they tend to use questions to help unleash creativity, not just in their lives, but in the lives of people around them, whether they're a parent or whether they're a CEO of a company or whether they coach a sport or they run a nonprofit, doesn't matter. They tend to use questions to help unleash creativity. And I started playing with the question of, well, how do you design a book cover for a book about creativity unleashed? And see, as a dad, there's a different question. There's a different question that says, how can I give my kids experiences that have the potential to change the way they see the world and their role in it? How do I give my kids experiences that have the potential to change the way they see the world and their role in it? It's a question worth spending some time with, whether you're a parent or a leader, it doesn't matter. How do I give the people around me? How do I give myself experiences that have the potential to change the way I see the world and my role in it, right? Because we get into this routine. We get into this routine of chasing yesterday questions or small questions or mediocre questions or survival questions. We get into this routine, and an experience can pull us out of that and give us a different view of the world and give us a different view of ourselves, give us a different view of the impact that we could potentially have. So how do you design a book cover for a book called Creativity Unleashed? We're in the middle of the process right now. And a piece of that process is giving my daughters the chance to be involved in the journey. I gave my daughters the chance to say, well, what would you could put on the cover? Let's sketch some stuff out. How would you do that? Who do you know that might want to be involved in that? And all of a sudden, my daughters are taking this project and saying, wait, do I get to put my name on the back? Do I get to put, not as the author, but as the artist, as the designer, the cover designer? I think you would. I think that makes sense. How do you give people around you experiences that have the potential to change the way they see the world and their role in it? My question for how do you design a book cover for a book called Creativity Unleashed. But now it's your question. Where do you go with this question?